Thanks to everyone who just spoke with such eloquence about such horrors. And I don't know where Noam and Gal find the words, but wherever they find the words, they are really touching, and I'm really honored to be speaking after them. My name is Ben Linder. I'm an Israeli American. I live in California. I have been active in J Street for many years. And in addition to being on the national board, I'm also part of the J Street Silicon Valley chapter, and still an honorary member of the New York chapter. And I come into this with an incredible amount of grief. Now, I sit here and I listen to the real grief and the real pain of Gal and Noam. And some of what I want to talk about is going to seem trivial in comparison, but I think that in order to be able to do justice to the ones who lost their lives and who the Israelis and the whole country that lost its sense of safety, it's really incumbent upon us to figure out how we transition from grief to action, and how we harness the emotions that we all feel, and the intensity of what we feel towards something good. And that's what I wanted to talk about. As an Israeli American and a J Street member, I've led a very lonely existence for a while, just because, as you all know, our views are not extremely popular and have not been extremely popular in the Jewish community. They have also not been extremely popular in the Israeli community, because so many Israelis have hardened their views over the last couple of decades. And what I found happened in a split second on Saturday morning is that all of the people around me, all of the Israelis around me, who Friday night were united in the pro-democracy struggle, who Friday night held a wide tent that accommodated a variety of political views, all the way from where I am to many of my colleagues in Unacceptable, who are military veterans and feel much differently about a lot of things. But we all had a common purpose. And Saturday morning shattered that common purpose. And what I found happening to me was a shock of seeing this transition in my friends, and the hardening of their hearts, and the hardening of their attitudes, and the words coming out of their mouths that I just could not believe. The desire for revenge, the desire for this squashing, this unspeakable cruelty to be repeated onto the other side. And it was a very hard week. And I'm thankful that I am part of the J Street community, because my J Street friends helped me get through that. Shula and Gilly and Hannah, our local J Street staff, we communed, and we did what is the best part of what we have here, which is this community. Because we've experienced, while not physical deaths, I think we've all experienced this grief, because we see in front of us the death of moderation, the death of liberalism, the death of a lot of tolerance, and hopefully not the death of peace, but there is very much the loss of decades of progress towards tolerance, because Israel has undergone a transition that overnight has taken it to a place where we never imagined it would be. The destruction of a sense of safety. Where I've come to is, I went through a lot of arguments. I had fights in the last few days that I regret, I've apologized for. But I do see the necessity to show the world this horror, and I do see the necessity of standing with Israel. And so the place I've come to is to decide that I will stand with anyone and any organization that is standing with Israel right now. A few weeks ago, we were in New York demonstrating on opposite street corners, the unacceptable demonstrators and the pro-Bibi demonstrators. And I'm willing to stand with them today because they stand with Israel. I think we all need to do that. And I want to see us all recognize that the protest movement has transformed into the social safety net, the safety net for all of Israel right now. Almost all work in civil society is happening by organizations that are either NIF grantees, J Street partners, or protest movement organizations. And I would just ask everyone to support these efforts. J Street sent out a beautiful email yesterday that detailed a bunch of really good efforts. And I think we all owe it to the people who suffered so much and will continue to suffer so much. So I'm proud to be a J Street member. I'm proud to be a J Street board member. I'm proud to be part of this community. And I think that I look forward to this summit that we have in Washington, D.C., and to be with all of you and to be in front of Congress and to say these things. We need to do everything we can for Israel right now. And, you know, we'll settle the scores later. I think there are a lot of scores to be settled, but that's where I am. So thank you, Jeremy, and thank you, everyone, for just being here and being this community.